May I present the class of 2018. Everyone please rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2018! Please remain standing for the national anthems.
Oh
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2018. Special welcome to our graduates. Brothers, sisters, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-grandparents. Hey, all right, great-grandparents. My name is Daniel Altman. I'm the president of Maayanot, the father of one Rapids alumnus and the parent of a 10th grader. That means I spend an inordinate amount of time in school and around Maayanot students and graduates. The liveliness, menschlichkeit, and confidence of the Maayanot young women is a thing to behold. Rav Aaron Lichtenstein at the Chanukkah Bayit of Maayanot explained that a Ma'ayan, virtually by definition, is dynamic. There's movement, vitality, and growth. With regards to Torah, what one seeks is not simply a Torah of mikvah, of stagnant water, although that is in one sense a base, a fundamental acceptance, but a Torah of growth, of life, of vitality. A Ma'ayan that is mitgaber, a fountain which overflows. Vitality, growth, challenge, stimulus with regards to all aspects of the personality, anchored in Yirat Shamayim. And out of that anchor, moving, growing, living in various directions. Spend enough time, and I don't need to tell you guys this, spend enough time around Maayanot students, and you will see that vitality and that growth. In the classroom, co-curricular or extracurricular activities, to be a Maayanot student means to take action, to grow. To the class of 2018, thank you for continuing that tradition. You are the leaders of the school, and you set the tone for the entire student body. You're a fun, lovely, energetic group that infuses the school with ruach and spirit. Each week, over 250 of our students come to Mishmar programs because of the seniors showing the way. Torah learning programs outside the regular hours of school are flourishing. Why? Because of our seniors. Senior Friday learning was extended past its due date. Why? Our seniors wanted more Torah learning. Room 217, our new band, our Shakespeare Club, Heartbeats, all did amazingly well this year. Why? Seniors. Our sports teams went far in the playoffs and exhibited tremendous midos on and off the court. Why? All right, seniors. Our mock trial team reached the county finals. We have 13 seniors who were accepted into the Stern Honors Program and others accepted to the most prestigious colleges in the nation. Our STEAM program is thriving and just won the NYU iTest Innovation Robotics Competition. I practiced that like 10 times. And our Torah Bowl team represented us well. Batsheva and Neely just finished in the top 3 in the nationwide Gemara B'kiyas contest. We had our bat mitzvah celebration for a girl who could not afford one, and so many other acts of chesed that are done by our students on a daily basis. We have 200 plus students and faculty exchanging Torah thoughts and questions in our Torah blog, keeping the Torah conversation lively after the school day is done. While to the outside world, this may seem amazing, at Maayanot, it's all normal, happens every single day. But I don't need to tell you this. I don't need to tell the people in this room all the great fast facts about Maayanot. You guys see the growth for yourselves. You dropped off an 8th grader, and look at these unbelievable young women here today. So how is all of this possible? It's the dedication and devotion of your teachers, your mechanchot, your coaches, advisors, and administrators. For that, I'd like to ask our entire faculty to rise so that we and parents and students can give you well-deserving rounds of applause. All faculty members. Certainly each member of our exceptionally talented faculty brings to the table his or her own unique set of skills in bringing out the best from our daughters. But these girls are doubly blessed in having an administration that somehow manages to have these very talents coalesce into a finished product that makes Maayanot the premier institution that it is. So I'd like to individually thank Ms. Tamara Pell, Dr. Shoshana Pupko, and of course, our esteemed principal, Mrs. Rivka Kahan. As president, I'd like to thank them for making my job as easy as one could hope for. And as a parent, thank you for the exact same thing. To the class of 2018, one last message, although I'm sure you guys want to hear me talk all day. You and your parents made a decision 4 years ago to come to Maayanot. You made a decision to make lifelong like-minded friends. You made a decision to come to an environment where Torah learning is alive and flowing, living and breathing, and constantly evolving through your hard work. You made a decision to come to an institution that provides the highest quality secular education, a decision to come to an institution that allows us to ask any question possible. No question is off the table. You made a decision to excel in sports, push the boundaries of arts and music, and you made a decision to come to a school where chesed is not a requirement, but a way of life. Now, as you leave the hallowed halls of Maayanot, do not let the lessons of this school stay stagnant. Be a ma'ayan, constantly grow and evolve. To quote Abby Wambach, who told the graduates of Barnard recently, do not be Little Red Riding Hood. Be the wolf. Do not be a passive participant. Be the one that changes the world. End the wage gap and make us all proud. Yeah. Thank you. I said end the wage gap. And now, without any further ado, I'd like to ask Mrs. Kahan to please say a few words and go Rapids.
It's really a joy to welcome all of you here today. Honored parents, grandparents, siblings, and extended families of our graduates, esteemed faculty, friends and supporters of Maayanot, and beloved graduates. Welcome to the graduation of the class of 2018. The opportunity to address you, our graduates, at your graduation is one that I find both precious and daunting. There are so many hopes and reflections that I would love to share with you on behalf of our faculty who have watched your growth and development and successes with great pride and wonder over the past 4 years. Over the course of high school, you have found your voices and have grown into thoughtful, Ovdot Hashem, and confident leaders of your peers. You have brought spirit to our school through the model of your own ruach, achdus, and friendship, and through the leadership of your exceptionally talented, caring, and devoted GO president, Timmy Glicksman. Many of you have an incredible love and drive for learning Torah. Even after classes were over this year, you continued to seek out the opportunity to learn Torah with your teachers until graduation. You have soared in your commitment to chesed, culminating in the beautiful bat mitzvah celebration and incredible heartbeats for performance that marked the end of your senior year. Thanks to the exceptionally dedicated bat mitzvah committee of seniors and fabulously talented and hardworking Heartbeats heads. Among you are athletes and artists of truly phenomenal talent, passionate advocates for Israel, and scholars of enormous academic drive and promise. We are so proud of the ways that you have grown into committed, accomplished, skilled women and student leaders over the past 4 years, and your graduation is truly bittersweet for us. As you stand ready to move on to this next incredible stage of your lives, I'd like to share some words of Torah that I hope will represent some of the values and ideas that inspire your adult lives. This week's Parsha, Parshat Korach, tells us about the last significant rebellion in Chumash. After Machlokas Korach, Bnei Yisrael's journey in the Midbar is relatively peaceful, no longer marked by sins of the magnitude of Chet HaEgel and Chet HaMeraglim and Machlokas Korach. While the Ibn Ezra believes that Machlokas Korach took place in the 40th year of the Midbar, according to the Ramban, it occurred just shortly after Chet HaMeraglim, which means that the resolution of Korach's rebellion essentially put to rest all of Bnei Yisrael's anxiety and discontent for essentially the entire duration of their journey in the Midbar. When I teach Sefer Bamidbar in 11th grade, I often find that students have vivid memories of learning about the fire and the earth swallowing Korach and his followers. But the actual resolution of Machlokas Korach is not traced to those punishments. On the contrary, those experiences lead Bnei Yisrael to an even more jaundiced view of Moshe's leadership and to the claim of Atem hamitem et am Hashem. You, Moshe and Aaron, killed the people of God. The resolution of Machlokas Korach is found in an episode that is often less clearly etched in students' minds from their previous learning of the Parsha in childhood. The Od HaMateh, the miracle of Aaron's staff blossoming as a demonstration of his God-given leadership. In fact, the Od HaMateh may be the most successful miracle in Chumash. And I want to suggest that the Od HaMateh teaches us three messages that are most central to living a deep and fulfilling religious life. First, the Od HaMateh stands out among the miracles of Chumash for its beauty, its compassion, its peace. There is nothing about it that is frightening. It is only lovely. Whereas many of the miracles of Chumash contain an element of punishment, the Od HaMateh stands out as a symbol of divine compassion. Kriyas Yamsuf and the Makos may inspire greater awe for the generations and may be more fundamental to our historical religious identity. But for the people who experienced them, the people who experienced the Od HaMateh, there was something about that serenity, that mercy, that had incomparable power. The most outstanding leaders in human history teach us that compassion often carries more power than judgment or even justice. One of the most incredible models of this belief is found in the personality of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was famous for his willingness to grant clemency to soldiers in wartime who were accused of a range of crimes, including desertion, falling asleep on duty, and in other ways failing to execute commands. And his generals often found fault with his tendency to excuse these military lapses in time of war. The story is told that in one situation, Joseph Holt, who served as Judge Advocate General for the Union Army, advocated for several men to be executed for desertion. And Lincoln's response was to reflect upon his own experience fighting in the Black Hawk War. Lincoln responded, "I remember one time I grew awful weak in the knees when I heard the bullets whistle around me and saw the enemy in front of me. How my legs carried me forward, I cannot now tell, for I thought every minute that I would sink to the ground. I am opposed to having soldiers shot for not facing danger when it is not known that their legs would carry them into danger. Send this dispatch ordering them to be set free." Lincoln's clemency was particularly striking given that he was operating in the context of war, in which the needs of the group are typically judged to outweigh the feelings and experiences of the individual. And I think that we learn from this aspect of his greatness that in this complicated world, even in the most high-stakes situations, you get nowhere without compassion. Some of you may have noticed that over my desk hangs a sign with a picture of a flower and the saying, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle." I find that idea inspiring every day, and I hope that as you begin your adult lives, you find a world that meets you with compassion, and that you strive to chart your paths with empathy and sensitivity and an awareness of the universes that lie within every individual that you meet. I believe that the second reason for the impact of the Od HaMateh is that it was in fact not only a miracle. The Mateh Shel Aaron became a fixture in the Mishkan, a constant reminder of Hashem's message, and in that sense was transformed from being a one-time phenomenon to becoming a form of education. Often in life, the flash of inspiration represented by a miracle or an intense experience of Yad Hashem while powerful in the moment, is not nearly as transformative as the gradual, steady work of religious commitment and learning. I remember that as a teenager, when I applied to various programs in the summer and educational programs, I sometimes found myself answering essay questions about an experience that had impacted me greatly, and I was always completely confused by the question. I could have written about the deep impact of my relationship with my parents, the values I saw in my grandparents, the experience of my friendships, but when it comes to one-time experiences, there are very few that have reverberating impact. Nechama Leibowitz brilliantly pointed out that there are two people in Tanakh whom Chazal referred to with the title Hatzadik, Yosef and Mordechai. The quality that unites these two very different characters is that each faces a challenge that is not fleeting, but that persists day after day. Every day, Eshet Potiphar tried to seduce Yosef. Vayhi kedabra al Yosef yom yom. Every day, Haman and his followers pressured Mordechai to bow to him. Vayhi ke'omra melav yom yom. In the face of these trials, Yosef and Mordechai endured. That consistency, that commitment to an ongoing and lifelong avodas Hashem is the mark of their tzidkus. Their greatness did not consist of the flash of strength and inspiration to take a hard stand once, but the steady, continuing work of learning and growing and being an Oved Hashem day after day after day. Your families and your teachers at Maayanot have strived to help you develop the tools and the passion for a life illuminated by daily Talmud Torah and Shmiras HaMitzvos. We are so proud of how you have developed as individual Ovdot Hashem, and as you move beyond the walls of our school, I hope that you continue to build for yourselves lives of inspiration and commitment through a consistent and enduring avodas Hashem and the humility to continue learning and growing throughout your lives. To me, perhaps the most meaningful interpretation of the Od HaMateh is that offered in the Sefer Mei HaShiloach by the Ishbitzer Rebbe. He writes that a staff represents the individual's portion in life. In the times of Chumash, every person grasped his own staff, which helped him navigate his way in this world. At the end of the Od HaMateh, what's really remarkable is that each person saw the miracle, understood its message, and willingly reached for his own staff, willingly embraced his own portion in this world. Vayiru v'yikhu ish matehu. According to the Ishbitzer, every one of the staffs flowered, but only Aaron's flowers bloomed completely and yielded fruit, vayigmol shkedim. And each person felt satisfied by seeing the flowers on his own staff. The arguments of Korach was apparently a logical one, what the Rav refers to as the common sense rebellion, that everyone is equal and therefore similar in the eyes of God. The message of the Od HaMateh is a profound rejoinder, and maybe the most important message in a healthy spiritual life, which is that there are many true ways of coming to know oneself and recognizing one's unique place in this wonderful world that Hashem created. The encounter with God in human experience is deeper than logic can grasp, and opening ourselves to the many variegated, beautiful ways of knowing can help us embrace who we are and recognize who Hashem is. As Rav Lichtenstein Zecher Tzadik Livracha wrote, the greatest source of faith has been the Ribono Shel Olam himself. He goes on to describe religious encounter through Shmiras HaMitzvos and Talmud Torah, but also in moments of experience, writing, in part, religious inspiration has been random. Moments of illumination while getting on a crowded bus or watching children play in a park at twilight. In its totality, it has been the ultimate basis of spiritual life. Taken together, I believe that the Od HaMateh teaches us some of the most important lessons for a deep and spiritual and meaningful life. As you move beyond the halls of our school, may you take to heart these messages. May you live lives shaped by compassion, commitment, and a sense of your own unique and inimitable relationship with Hashem. Know that you carry with you the love and good wishes of all of your teachers and counselors and administrators who feel richer for the experience of having learned with you for the past 4 years. May you live lives of meaning, substance, and love, lives that are shaped by the Torah and its values, lives that speak of a commitment to the Jewish community and the world community. We cannot wait to hear of all that you will accomplish and become. We love you, and we will miss you deeply next year and beyond. I'm now pleased to present this year's Salutatorian, Batsheva Leah Weinstein. Batsheva Leah embodies a true love of learning and the humility and open-mindedness to engage with ideas thoughtfully and deeply. Even more importantly, she is just as worthy of being honored for her stellar character as for her outstanding intellectual achievements. She is a person of refinement, dignity, and sensitivity. Throughout her 4 years of high school, she has earned the universal respect of both her classmates and her teachers, and I'm delighted to present Batsheva Leah Weinstein to share some words of Torah.
Bereshus, Mrs. Kahan and Mrs. Appel, Maayanot faculty, parents and grandparents, and my fellow graduates. Parak Shira is an ancient midrashic text which describes how animate and inanimate creations each praise Hashem in their own unique way. Among the creations are the Maayanos, the springs of water. Maayanos omrim, says Parak Shira, the springs say, Visharim kecholalim kol ma'ayanai bach, a pasuk from Tehillim, Parak Pei Zayin, pasuk Zayin. The singers and dancers of Yerushalayim say, all my springs of salvation are in you, Yerushalayim. This pasuk demonstrates that the singers of Yerushalayim attribute the source of salvation to the Ma'ayanos, the springs. The springs then quote the singers of Zion when praising Hashem. Here at Maayanot, we also sing. If you walk through the halls of Maayanot, you'll hear many renditions of High School Musical, The Greatest Showman, Simcha Leiner, and Yaakov Shweki. But our main song is the Song of Torah. In Parshas Vayelach, Parak Lamed Aleph, Pasuk Yotes, Hashem says to Moshe, Ve'ata kisvu lachem es hashira hazos, v'lamadah es b'nei Yisrael, sima b'fihem. And now, write for yourselves this song and teach it to the Jewish people. Make it fluent in their mouths. What is this song? The Netziv says in his commentary, Ha'emek Davar, that this song refers to Kol HaTorah Kula. The entire Torah is a song which Moshe is being commanded to teach to all of the Jewish people, to make fluent in their mouths, familiar to their lips, so that they will sing it constantly throughout all the generations. How is Torah a song? The Aruch HaShulchan explains in his Hakdama, his introduction to a Sefer, that the beauty of song is when there are many different voices all coming together. Each voice is different, unique, but they complement each other, creating together what none can create alone. V'chol HaTorah, so too with Torah. The Song of Torah is a song of generations. It's a song of eternity. Each generation adds their own unique voices to make the song continue. V'chol HaTorah kula nekreis shira. The entire Torah is called a song. V'tiferes hashir hi, and the glory of the song is kasha kolos mishunim zemizeh, when the voices are all different from each other. V'zehu ikar haneimus, and this is what makes it beautiful. The glory of Torah is the never-ending song of the Jewish people, to which each generation adds their own voices. It is the conversation of the Jewish people throughout the generations, spanning both time and space, in which each person adds their own ideas to create a beautiful harmony, the Shira of Torah. A Ma'ayan is a spring of water. What makes a Ma'ayan unique from other water is that it is flowing, dynamic, always moving forward, and always growing. The same is true of Torah. Torah is flowing, dynamic, always moving forward and always growing, as each generation adds their own unique voices to its everlasting song. Maayanot's name is based on a pasuk from Mishlei, Parak Hay, Psukim Tesvav and Tezayin. Shesei mayim miboracha, v'nozlim mitoch be'iracha, yafutzu mayanosecha chutza, barchavos pagei mayim. Drink water from your own cisterns, and running water from your own wells. Let your springs burst forward, in the streets streams of water. The Malbim understands this pasuk as referring to the experience of learning Torah. When a person begins to learn Torah, he receives it all through Kabbalah, through accepting what his teachers teach him. As he delves deeper into his learning, he begins to add his own ideas, to question what he is learning, to comment with his own thoughts, to challenge others' opinions. This is what we've been taught to do at Maayanot. We've been taught to formulate our own ideas, question what we are learning, challenge, and share our own ideas. We've been blessed with an incredible faculty who have taught us how to share our own ideas, how to formulate what we think, how to add our own unique voices to the song of Torah. Yafusu mayanosecha chutza barchavos pagei mayim. Now, as we graduate, we are going to go out into the world and share our Torah with everyone.
Sorry about that. My grandfather told me to sit. So back to the psukim. So the first pasuk is talking about the water that is in our own cisterns, in our own wells, and that water is more stagnant. So that's talking about when we start learning, and we're learning from our teachers, and we're really just accepting what we're learning. But then the next part of the pasuk explains the Malbim is v'nozlim mitoch be'iracha, is that the water starts flowing. And that's when we start adding our own comments and our own questions and our own ideas. And that's what we've been taught to do at Maayanot. We've been taught to question what we're learning and to challenge it and to start to share and formulate our own ideas so that we can add our own unique voices to the song of Torah. The next pasuk says, Yafutzu mayanosecha chutza barchavos pagei mayim. Let your springs burst outward in the streets streams of water. Now as we graduate, we are going to take the Torah that we learned at Maayanot and share it with the world. We're going to make sure that the Torah keeps on flowing, and we're going to add our own unique voices to the song of Torah so that we can make sure that the Shira of Torah lasts for our generation. We are the next generation, adding our unique harmonies to the song of Torah. We are the Maayanos, the springs, praising our Creator through the Shira, the song of Torah.
Thank you, Batsheva Leah. Those beautiful, beautiful words of Torah and reflection. Mazel tov to all of our graduates. Before we present awards, I want to take this opportunity to honor all of you collectively and individually for your personal and religious growth, as well as your accomplishments in and out of the classroom. And while we are proud of you and humbly hope we have helped foster your progress. We know with certainty that the love and constancy of your families in your lives has been invaluable in helping you develop into the people that you are. And so we thank you, our families, our Maayanot families, for all you have done to support your daughters and for allowing us to play a part in their development. Mazel tov to all of you. And now on to our awards. You'll note in your programs national awards that our seniors have earned this year, as well as Maayanot awards that were presented at senior dinner. At graduation, we present awards that families have endowed as a beautiful way of supporting the school and honoring our students. For the first endowed award, we present the Sylvia Schusterman Memorial Award for Maayanot's Athlete of the Year to Rebecca Malik. Rebecca has been on the soccer team, the softball team, the hockey team as captain, and the basketball team as captain. She is an outstanding athlete and more. She brings positive energy to every game, cheering on her teammates and reminding everyone through her infectious enthusiasm that enjoyment and fun should always be at the core of the experience. She is a leader who is also a true team player, and we are thrilled to honor her today. Mazel tov. And now department chairs will deliver the academic awards.
My name is Suzanne Cohen, and I'm the proud parent of one of these lovely graduates. As well as the chair of the Tanakh department, and I'm here to present the Hirsch and Fanny Fluss Memorial Award for Excellence in Navi. In choosing the recipient for this award, we looked for a student who has demonstrated a strong desire to learn and a commitment to the study of Navi, both in and out of the classroom. This year's winner of the award is someone who is passionate about her learning. She has displayed a consistent desire to improve her skills and to take the time and toil necessary to grow them. She is open to learning about new ways that can expand her learning, whether it be a new computer program or an ancient midrash. She is one of those students who thinks about class long after class is over and turns problems and pages in order to resolve her questions or those of her peers. And, most important, she is ever sensitive not only to the nuances of the text, but to the messages of the text, the messages of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not only for her own personal life, but for the life of the nation as well. She has a keen appreciation for Nevuah Ledorot, the lessons not only for the people of the past, but for us in the present and those in the future as well. Her commitment to learning is exemplary and inspiring. It is my pleasure to give the Hirsch and Fanny Fluss Memorial Award for Excellence in Navi to Meira Prager.
Good morning, everybody. Mazal tov. My name is Merav Tal-Timen, and I'm the head of the Hebrew department. It is my utmost pleasure to present the Hershey and Fanny Fluss Memorial Award for Excellence in Hebrew Literature to Rafi Kapitanko. From the very beginning of her high school career at Maayanot, Rafi stood out in her attitude towards the Hebrew language. Her dedication and interest were apparent in her preparation for class, in her meticulous notes that she kept until 12th grade, and her lively participation. Rafi's enthusiasm, constant drive to reach higher, and her ability to make meaningful connections while analyzing Hebrew literature were very apparent. So many times during class discussion in her writing, she referred to earlier studied material, to other subjects, and to current and historical events, tying them to the literary piece learned in class. Rafi, may the Hebrew language continue to be part of your daily life, and may you continue to find meaningful connections with its texts and its people. בהצלחה רבה, תודה על ההזדמנות ללמד אותך.
Good morning. My name is Hani Rotenberg. I'm chair of the history department. And I'm here to present the Ed Stern Award for Excellence in History. Ed Stern grew up in a time and a place that precluded his obtaining even a full high school education. But he was a highly educated man with a special passion for history. He was entirely self-taught. He was curious, he read voraciously, and as a career Navy man, he was well-traveled. He had no children of his own, but he took tremendous pride in giving his history lessons to his niece, a current Maayanot staff member, and nephews when home on leave from the Navy. As children, they didn't fully appreciate these lessons, but as adults, they stood in wonder at his self-taught grasp of history, geography, and politics. Upon his passing, they endowed this award as a way of honoring his memory and his passion for history. Ed Stern would be pleased with the way history is taught at Maayanot, and he would be proud of this year's winner of the award, Daphne Levine. As she too is curious, self-motivated, and a lover of history. Ed would have enjoyed quizzing Daphne, and when finished, he would have said, "She done good." Daphne is a true student of history. In her years at Maayanot, Daphne has impressed her teachers and peers with intellect, passion, and maturity. She's analyzed difficult texts, engaged in respectful, high-level discussion, always considering alternative perspectives, synthesized a broad range of material, and regularly sought opportunities to relate the past to the present in meaningful ways. With her passionate curiosity, I'm confident that Daphne will continue to explore the world through the lens of the past and make her mark outside Maayanot.
Good morning and Mazel Tov. My name is Chava Lerner, and as chair of the Talmud department, I am pleased this morning to award the Rivka Rabstein Award for Excellence in Talmud and Rabbinic Literature. Legendary righteous women have abounded in our history and tradition since the beginning of our nation. But because of social norms, truly learned women have not. Individuals, such as Bruria, Rebbe Meir's wife, along with other wives, daughters, and mothers, were notable, probably because they made the most of their husbands, brothers, and sons' education. Rivka Rabstein, the legendary Big Bubby of the Silver family, Mazel Tov Liat, who has endowed this award, was such a woman. In the Polish shtetl, she absorbed not just the practical halacha expected from a Hamisha Balabasta, but the fundamentals of rigorous Torah learning. As family matriarch, she led her family through Eastern Europe to escape from the clutches of the Nazis. Upon arrival in America, she became a pillar of her Jewish community. Equipped with the keys to both open and close the shul and Beit Midrash each day, Big Bubby Rivka epitomized dedication to Avodat Hashem and Avodat HaKodesh. Rabbis who spoke with her were known to exclaim to her children and her grandchildren afterwards, "If she were a man, she would have been a gadol." Not so many generations later, rigorous Torah education for girls is accessible, accepted, and expected. Young women study Torah Shebaal Peh, excelling in Talmud studies as well as halacha. When once such opportunities were rare, Maayanot provides exceptional text learning skills and Bekiyut Gemara and halacha curricula. In recent years, we have hosted a Yoetzet Halacha program that demonstrates and models women's capability for both halachic scholarship and leadership. Whereas Rivka Rabstein was a remarkable rarity, today we are blessed with myriads of Talmidot Chachamim, students of the sages, women who truly are links in the chain of Mesoret Chazal. This award salutes a graduate who is genuinely a mitzuyenet in Talmud and rabbinic literature. Sarah Berman has distinguished herself through her insightful thinking and passion. She has impressed teachers with chidushim, such as a chakira in the sugya of mitzvah haba ba'avera that she recently prepared with her chavruta. While her intellectual capabilities shine throughout the school day and through her involvement in mock trial and other activities, Sarah truly embodies Rivka Rabstein's legacy in the way that she views Talmud Torah as an avenue towards ever stronger avodat Hashem and a connection to our Masorah. Mazel tov, Sarah.
Mazel tov. I'm now excited to present this year's class speaker, Adira Levine. Adira was elected by her peers to represent them at graduation. Her wonderful humor, energy, enthusiasm, and talents have helped define not only the character of this year's graduating class, but also the spirit of our school in her time here. We congratulate Adira on this honor and welcome her to the podium.
Bereshut, Mrs. Kahan, Mrs. Appel, esteemed faculty, family, Saul Kazovitz, Rabbi Prince, Yoni Lieber. I would like to quickly start the speech by making a siyum. Hadran alach masechet Maayanot v'hadrach halan. Datan alach masechet Maayanot v'datach halan. I'm going to stop now. I wasn't going to go to the entire hadran just for shtick. Now, aside from the YBQ program, one thing which has been very prominent throughout our years in Maayanot and that we've constantly been subject to are the many different open house campaigns. Most recently, we have seen the #SheIs campaign. Some prominent examples include She is Torah, She is Giving, She is Friendship. Some more popular student adaptations include She is Tired, She is Hungry, She is very concerned about her last exam grade, She is broke from buying Sammy salads for lunch every single day. The list goes on and on. In fact, Shayna Sklar, I believe, on her graduation cap, it says she is graduating. Shayna, give a wave. Look at Shayna. However, as the school continues to grow and develop, I would like to suggest a new open house tagline, something new and fresh that can dominate our Facebook feeds, cover every Instagram photo, Facebook post, and open house folder. Mrs. Block, Mrs. Tiefel, Mrs. Ennis, I hope you got a pen and paper ready to go, because I have a new idea to pitch. I would like to suggest the idea of #Maayanot moments. So you may be wondering exactly what this might look like. So let me try and paint you all a picture, especially since, as we know, there is nothing more important than the power of the visual. So close your eyes and bear with me. Imagine Shmuel Hoffman rides up on his hoverboard. The camera zooms in into a classroom, and what do you see? 25 girls all screaming over each other with the Kahoot music playing faintly in the background, fighting for first place, even though there's not usually a prize actually being offered. If the cameraman waits long enough, he may catch the teacher from the next room, walk in to complain about all the noise. That is a hashtag Maayanot moment. If you have the camera continue down into the NPR, also known as the multi-purpose room for those who do not know, you'll see an entire grade of people dancing on the table to Kos Yeshuos, or as a Chrini Na, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, some good old-fashioned high school musical. Depending on the day, they may be wearing pajamas, gowns, schwimmkleids, anything in between, anything goes. You would look at that and just say, wow, that's a hashtag Maayanot moment. Or how about after a nice rainstorm, when our beloved parking lot infamously fills with water so that we have to flood CSX with complaints, when Mr. Tiefenbrunn has to climb through his trunk into his car to get in, or a dozen girls have to go on a rescue mission to try and pull out Mary Cohen's car from underwater. That is a hashtag Maayanot moment. But seriously, we should all take a moment of silence to remember Mary's beautiful car that did not make it out of the last mob rule. Speaking of our beloved parking lot, that is actually the location of arguably the most Maayanot moment in history. The fateful Friday afternoon, where following a devastating loss in color war, the 2018 held a historic protest. Clad in rain gear, armed with pop-up tents, bagels, and a megaphone courtesy of Mrs. Feldman, we protested the color red and the injustice of losing color war to the sophomores. We sang, we danced, we protested, and most of all, we bonded. That, I believe, is one of the most incredible things about this group of people sitting behind me, adjacent to me. No matter how many, let's call them peaceful discussions, go down in the grade WhatsApp, Miss Mintz and Mrs. Herzog getting to witness one firsthand on our trip, each person in this grade cares about the person sitting next to her. What a Maayanot moment really is the fact that after our school-wide Shabbaton this year, you had 71 girls sending messages into our grade WhatsApp to share how much they love, care, and appreciate each other. This group of girls, strong independent women behind me, are so dedicated and passionate about everything they do, specifically when it comes to bringing some nice grade ruach into the school. As freshmen, we wrote our color war song about the concept of Ki ish echad b'lev echad, and this quickly became our grade anthem. There it is. Guys nailed it. Lovely. So as we all tried to squish into one red circular table out of the fear of sitting by ourselves, we overcame the division that existed between the 20 million Noam kids and basically everyone else. And as we all just desperately tried to figure out who Mr. Dia was and why were our seniors obsessed with him, we bonded over our intense love for the game The Rain Falls On, and of course a classic, I Am Sitting on a Chair. As sophomores, our energy may have taken a dive in what some refer to as a sophomore slump, but we came back junior year feeling united, since as a collective whole, none of us had done the college guidance summer assignment. Even more significantly, we mourn the loss of our beloved library. A moment of silence for the library. The fire in the STEAM lab did, however, do something to warm our spirits, as did the beautiful kumsitz, which happened in the parking lot while the firemen swarmed our building. Most importantly, as seniors, we came in ready to try and be the best senior class Maayanot has ever seen. This passion manifested itself in the many kumsitzes which followed basically any program, the many Shabbos robes worn as pre-Shabbos ruach, and despite our senior ruach sometimes getting a little too out of hand, with Mrs. Appel reminding us that, yeah, we still do need to go to class, it all came from the desire to be the best seniors we could be. So my wish to you all, my fellow graduates, is that whether you're off to Plymouth State University, Stern, or Stern, you bring this passion and dedication to everything you do. Get involved in the things you care about, and when you do anything, give it your all. Tap into the extraordinary potential that each of you have, and always just try and do your best. Explore your passions, and don't be scared to try new things. Maybe even start an assignment in advance once in a while. Be true to yourselves, and know that no matter where you end up, your family at Maayanot will always have your back. And remember, Redis preaches, once a rapid, always a rapid, and most importantly, Friends, don't let friends get married without a halachic prenup. Love you guys. Maayanot, Maayanot, Lagamara we are born, Adam Thank you, Adira. And finally, it's my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2018, Atara Nugrishal. Atara's fierce intellect impresses us all, and her warm, loving kindness have endeared her to peers and teachers alike. Her analytical skills cross all disciplines, and her empathy and genuine embrace of differences extends universally. It is an honor to introduce a person who is equal parts scholar and mensch to deliver this year's valedictory address.
Birshus, Mrs. Kahan, Mrs. Appel, esteemed teachers and faculty, parents and grandparents, friends and family, and of course, my fellow graduates from the class of 2018. This past year in Tanakh class, we learned about Maaseh Bereshit and the creation of man. In Parak Aleph, Pasuk of Zion, it says, B'Tselem Elokim bara oto, that Hashem created man in the image of God. When learning this pasuk, my class discussed different possibilities of what it could mean to be created in God's image. The Rav, Rabbi Joseph B. Soloveitchik, comments that by being made in the image of God, we are endowed with the ability to create. Hashem is the ultimate creator, and as humans, we must mimic him in developing ourselves and our world. We must imbue the world with something that wasn't there before, whether it be physical inventions or the spread and development of our distinct ideas, thoughts, understanding of morality, and Talmud Torah. We are all unique, and it is therefore our duty to use our individuality to create and change the world around us. Maayanot and the education the school has provided to us embodies this idea of the Rav. Throughout our years at Maayanot, we were taught to think for ourselves and develop our own beliefs. Our teachers encouraged us to share our opinions, assigned us work to be learned b'chavruta, and gave us projects that forced us to reflect. There is a sign hanging up at Maayanot which reads, "The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see." This quotation perfectly exemplifies the faculty at Maayanot and the teaching philosophy of the school. Our teachers have embraced our unique points of view and helped us shape our own voices and form our own opinions. This encouragement extended beyond the classroom, as we were given the opportunity to explore our interests through various extracurricular activities. Even if a group did not exist which suited one's interests, Maayanot helps her create a new one, in order that each student find her niche here. Maayanot supports our ideas, embraces our creativity, and encourages our individual talents and passions. Whether an athlete, actress, academic, artist, or musician, we are all celebrated here at Maayanot. And through Maayanot's nurturing, we have learned to lead, to develop, to create. When thinking about the class of 2018, I see this concept of individuality prominently. Our grade is comprised of the most talented, compassionate, dedicated people I know, with each person making her unique mark on the Maayanot community. Yet when thinking about my peers and our grade dynamic, another, seemingly contradictory idea comes to mind. I think about the phrase, ki shachad b'lev echad. Like you had just heard sung, we first began using this phrase in freshman year in our Color War song, and since then, we have sung the lyric countless times, with each repetition ringing more and more true. This phrase has become our mantra, as it truly embodies the essence of our grade. We are a united group. We share in each other's victories and stand by one another through our hard times. With each trip, event, and activity, we have become closer. We have developed a special bond through our speed dating in 8th grade and freshman bonding trip, as well as celebrating Maayanot's 20th anniversary together, staying up all night at our junior sleepover, and reminiscing at our senior trip just days ago. We have supported each other through fires, floods, and the sophomore slump, and I know that none of us would let another get married without a halakhic prenup. We work cohesively and collectively and have become a family, with each member proud of her place in the group. However, these two concepts of individuality and community are not mutually exclusive. Rather, they work together in harmony. Our individual talents allow us to work together as a unit. Our differences balance and enhance one another. The diversity of skills creates a well-rounded community, suited to overcome any challenge. And it is precisely our differences that allow us to unite as a group. At each display of individuality and talent, from heartbeats to sports games to academic competitions, we all support and encourage one another. Whether it be by standing in the audience or texting fervently in the group chat to receive an update on the score, we celebrate and embrace one another. Instead of being envious of others' abilities, we are helpful, supportive, and loving. We recognize that we are each like our own individual instrument, beautiful in its own right, but enhanced when merged to form a symphony. Together, we are a whole. Together, we are ki shachad b'lev echad. I've seen this idea play out many times throughout my years at Maayanot, but I would like to recount one example that has recently been on my mind. Before entering Maayanot, we all met for a day of placement tests and bonding. After finishing the exams, we were given a survey to complete, filled with random questions to help us learn more about each other. The sheets were then copied, made into a booklet, and distributed to each of us. A couple weeks ago, I was feeling nostalgic and began flipping through this booklet, reading the answers my friends had submitted 4 years ago. Each person had different answers for favorite movie, favorite book, and best meal of the day, yet virtually everyone wrote the same thing for the last question. When asked what we were looking forward to most about Maayanot, we answered, making new friends. Right from the start, we were unique individuals who united as a group. To the class of 2018, I have been enriched by my knowing each of you and being a part of this group. Each of you has inspired me and changed me in a different way, and I am forever grateful to be a member of this family. You have taught me to be confident, to embrace life, and that maybe, just maybe, I no longer need my mom to be making my lunch. And now, as we move out of Maayanot and onto the next steps ahead, always remember your unique talents and abilities. Follow your passions and trust your voice. You fill a specific role in your community. Use your skills to enhance the world around you. Use your Tzelem Elokim to create. And by being your individual self, you can help build a vibrant and diverse community. You can help build an Ish Echad B'Lev Echad. Mazel Tov.
Practice. Graduates, it is now just your name that stands between you and your diploma. So let's go. Ready? Ready? Adira Levine! Gabriella Beta! Rachel Malik, Rachel Malik! Rachel Malik. Rachel Malik, just to make up for it. Gabriella Beta. Jolie Levart. Esther Brodsky. Hannah Brown. Leora Adler. Yael Evanchen. Rebecca Malik. Rafi Kapitenker. Batsheva Leah Weinstein. This one may take a few minutes. Malka Kamenetsky. Chana Colber.
Can I get a high five?
Adina Goldstein. Shayna Sklar. Ayala Martyr. Mary Cohn. Kay Weinberg. Looking good, looking good. Molly Orlinsky. Esty Kreinberg. Go, girl. Zipporah Hirschman. Shh, take a bow. Shh, take a bow. You made it. Shh, take a bow. You made it.
I should.
Take a bow.
Oh, no.
Emily Grossman. Robbie Schwartz.
Thank you for everything.
Got it, girl. Maya Rockowitz. Yordina Stelzer. Did you finish the mural?
Huh?
Gabrielle Posner. Sophie Jaffe. Mira Prager. Well done. Well done. Ah, whatever you want, whatever you want. Atara Nugrishal. Nice quote. I thought you might. Oh my gosh. Rachel Levine! Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hadass Kranzler! She made it, her bus came. She made it. Elishava Merwis! Walking like a lady. Walking like a lady. Beautiful. Alta Neuer! Absolutely. Pleasure. Just throw it up your head. I know. Meitar Ben Binyamin! made it. Oh, thank you. Hodaya Koka! Well done. Hannah Bukhasira! Well done, Hannah. Well done. Yael Kasevitz! Rena Goldman! Are you proud of me? I'm so proud of you. Sarah Berman! Amazing. Yael Skydell! Kayla Kelb! Wow, amazing. Neely Raskus! Oh, can't resist. Eliana Wagner! She made it, girl. You made it. Gabby Cohn! Ricky Grossman! Oh, we have a hold up. Slow down here. Taking so many pictures. Okay, let's hug. Oh. Let's hug. I love the Christmas lights, by the way. Love the Christmas lights. Racheli Hertzfeld! Oh man, looking dangerous. You got it, girl. Daphna Levine! Go. Tamar Cohn! Sandra Kaplan! Talia Leitner! Well done, girl. Shoshana Klein! It's great. It's great. Awesome. Chana Chen! Well done, girl. Well done. Liat Silver! Oh, you did it, man. You did it. Dahlia Schwartz! Ariel Borger! Tamar Zinkin! Lily Polonetsky! Tali Antasovsky! Shalva Faber!
Wait, where's my dad? Don't smile when I did. Okay.
Simi Glicksman! done, Taneva. You did it. You did it. Ariella Halstead! Shalavit Abanayan! Traffic. Make sure your diplomas are signed, ladies. Turn your tassels! We are done. Mazel tov! Everybody, we warmly invite you down to the Beit Knesset for a wonderful collation and celebration of the graduates of 2018!